Let's get into the movie that gave us the best presidential speech ever filmed for a movie. Let's do it. Welcome back to my channel, and the film I am talking about is Independence Day. This film came out July 3rd of 1996, and when it was released that year, this film was made on a $75 million budget, which today's terms it seems insane considering the scale of this film. And in this country, it made $306 million in the US, and worldwide it made $117 million. This was a huge hit. It was the biggest film of 1996. And I got to see this twice in the movie theaters that summer, and I've always loved this film. It has everything you want in a sci-fi action film. And let's get into it a little bit. This movie was written and directed by Roland Emmerich. He wrote the script with Dean Devlin. Matter of fact, they wrote the script in 4 weeks. And upon submitting it to Fox, they were in pre-production like a week later. So this was a quick kickstart to this production of this film. From writing the script to when they were in pre-production, they got greenlit and they were going. And as we know, they brought in Will Smith. Will Smith was coming off of Bad Boys, the success of Bad Boys. This was his film right after Bad Boys, and in this film he plays Captain Stephen Hiller. We have Bill Pullman as President Whitmore. We have Jeff Goldblum as David. Randy Quaid as Russell. And we have a great cast surrounding all these actors. We have Adam Baldwin in here, we have Robert Loggia in here, we got Judd Hirsch, and we got Mary McConnell as playing the president's wife. Vivica A. Fox is in this film. Has a great cast. Harry Connick Jr. is in this film. Great cast top to bottom, and they all do great work here. They're all engaging, they're all funny, they're all do good stuff. And as we all know, this film is about aliens coming to Earth. And this movie, I love how it starts off, the opening shot of the moon, and the footsteps of the men who landed on the moon all many years ago, and all of a sudden their footsteps start disappearing from the ground shaking on the moon and the dust just covering over their steps, and then we see this spacecraft going over top of the moon. Really cool stuff, a great opening of the film. And as we all know, it's basically about aliens coming to Earth wanting to kill us all, to take over the planet. And Jeff Goldblum works for this cable company, and he discovers a signal once the aliens appear over cities across the US, David discovers a signal buried within our own satellites. And his ex-wife works for the president, played by Bill Pullman. And he goes to Washington, D.C. with his father, played by Judd Hirsch, and he wants to tell the president about what he's found, this countdown inside the signal of our own satellites. Once they find out, the president's like, okay, we gotta go. They get in Air Force One, and that's when we see the shot of the White House getting blown up, Empire State Building blown up, and a building in LA, and devastation across the city. And basically we try to fight back, as we know, and it fails because the aliens have a force field around all their ships. And I'm glossing over a lot of stuff. I'm assuming a lot of people have seen this film. This is a classic film. While not perfect, highly enjoyable, and just a really good summer blockbuster. And David discovers a way to defeat the aliens is by flying. That we have a spaceship that we got from back in the 50s, and Stephen Hiller is willing to fly it in outer space and take Jeff Goldblum's character with him, so we can upload a computer virus that would disable their force fields enough time, give us enough time so we could destroy the alien spaceships and win the day. And as we all know, at the end of the film, Randy Quaid sacrifices himself to destroy the alien spacecraft that's over Area 51, and we have a happy ending at the end of the film. But we do lose some characters along the way, and this movie was always just fun. I like the characters in this film. They're interesting characters. There's some humor there. Will Smith is magnetic. He's awesome on screen. Jeff Goldblum's always awesome whenever he's on screen. Bill Pullman's great as President Whitmore. He does give the best presidential speech ever put on in a movie. I would say that speech still gets me pumped up. My wife and I just watched this again on Friday night. I know I'm a day late getting this review out. It's coming out July 5th and not July 4th, but timing was never my thing. And it's just well done. The special effects sequences are fantastic. They still hold up pretty much to this day. I mean, this movie has the record for using the most miniature model work in any film, in any single film. This movie has the record for it, because the White House being blown up was a miniature that they actually blew up. The Empire State Building was a miniature they blew up. The building in Los Angeles, they used a lot of miniatures in this film. And CGI is there as well, but they used a lot of miniatures. This is still old school techniques that they used for a lot of this film, and it holds up really well. I mean, given that the movie was released in '96, it holds up extremely well. Now, Roland Emmerich was just coming off a Universal Soldier and Stargate the year before. After this, he went on to do Godzilla, 1998 Godzilla. And now he's given us other big films, like he did The Patriot with Mel Gibson, which I really, really like. I like his The Day After Tomorrow, I like that one. Even 2012, I enjoyed that film as well. He's been known after this film to just make big budget disaster flicks. I mean, The Patriot was the exception to that. But he keeps the pace moving here. I mean, the movie is 2 hours and 25 minutes long, so it is a decently long movie. But the action's shot nicely. You can see everything. The effects come off really well. I like the script for the most part. I mean, the middle section, it drags it a little bit. The movie could have been cut down by probably about 10 minutes. But overall, it's just a classic. And I think it's a classic. I like this movie. It's a movie from my youth. I really enjoy this film. I like watching it every year around the 4th of July. This, Jaws, The Patriot, movies like that, I always love watching around this time of the year. This movie was only shot in 72 days, which seems crazy for the amount of work they had to do to complete to get this film made. But they shot this film in 72 days, and it was the highest grossing film in 1996. Now, what would I give Independence Day as a rating? I would give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a really well done summer blockbuster with a great cast, a good script, great special effects. It's everything you want in a summer blockbuster. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for me for Independence Day. What do you think about it? If you ever seen Independence Day, what are your thoughts? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate any one of those. And I think my next review, which will be out soon, will be Rambo Extended Cut, Rambo 4 Extended Cut. I know I just did Rambo Last Blood the other day. I've been getting requests to do Rambo Extended Cut, so that's going to be my next review, which should be dropped tomorrow at some point, probably later in the day. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Take care of each other, and I will be back soon. Thanks. Bye.